Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Genshin Impact, and this time I'm gonna show you a tip and tricks. Well, I know it's probably too late, but who cares? The tip number one is always buy food. So there's no editing or anything. There's no number one always buy food appearing on the side like here. It's just me speaking. So what you can do is go to Good Hunter or wherever, say hi hello, and then buy food. And the food that I recommend would be chicken, mushrooms, skewer. It will give you 8% of your HP. So whenever you're in the toughest boss fight or so, and buy the smoked fowl. Fowl is one of the most used stuff in for cooking. And I buy recipe. You can cook new things with recipe. Everyone needs recipe. But I wanna buy more, but let's just buy it. I'm reaching up. Okay, tip number 2 coming up. When you're low in HP, especially if you're level 20 and then has Baba or any healer in the group, don't open a backpack and eat food, especially in co-op, as this would be very hard to do. The game would not be paused, so the easiest way is, if one of the characters damaged, use power, the first power, which is E for PC, and then use this, and then like as you can see, I'm getting like plus it's not appearing. Damn it. Basically this will give you not full, but 500 HP. And if you level Barber up, it will give you more. So that is tip number 2. Tip number 3. Tip number 3 is here actually. Again, it's related with food, and what you can do is not screw things up. As in the moment when you have to eat food to gain energy and HP, and then you're out of food. The only way I can tell you how to do this is send your dispatch character on expedition, especially Windrise. It will reward with fowl, which will be mostly used in cooking the mushroom chop thing. And the thing is, you can actually select 8, 12, 20 hours. So basically I recommend doing the 20 hours. But if you are a guy who plays time to time, 4 or 8 might be okay. But 20 hours, if you really have free time, then this might be the choice for you. You come back, you claim it, you get an 8 to 12, which you can use it to cook a lot of mushroom thing, and then you will again cook it. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have another tip. Tip number 4. Now this is to actually I think I came to a wrong pose. Yes, this. Tip number 4 is basically doing courses. One of the first main courses I recommend everyone to do when they log into the game in 5 days. Every day, I recommend you to do the adventure course. It is given in the map in a purple star. Doing that will give you reward, and there will be a total of 4, at least for me. And then after doing it, what's more interesting is you can gain more reward by going to by going to the guild thing and then actually get more. Nah, these guys are stronger than me. No, they're not. Omae wa mou shinderu. So basically my tip number 4 is to do the 4 purple coins that are given to you at the beginning. You get each reward for each of the coins, and then you can either go to Mondstadt or Yuve and then go to the Adventurers Guild and claim another reward for getting those. Now, do you know what this is? It's something that, something that fills up automatically. It does take time. What you can do with that is basically you can play dungeons. Now there's a huge difference between dungeon and domain. Dungeons are basically a place where you can fight enemy for a limited time for a certain reward, and you can again play that same level, and this will be like 40, 60, it will increase, but the reward will sort of be the same. Like if a dungeon gives you like 100, yeah, domain of fortune, I don't think this is dungeon. If a dungeon gives you 100 XP, the next time you do it, you again get 100 XP, and this, you will again get it. It keeps on going until this finishes. So if you're like people who only plays it once a day, I definitely recommend you to do that to level up, because that's one of the great things. And these kind of things, these are basically a boss, where you can fight against. I'm going to show you an example by going here, and you can get pretty much good reward, like XP for adventurer rank to level up. It may be tough, but it's worth it. Everything's worth it in this game. Look at that. The place just gives me a boss fight. Ah! Oh! Yeah, the mother. Come on, reload. As you can see, some boss might be easy to defeat, while some may be extra hard. Now, for power display, you basically press A, you switch character, and you're getting the XP. Yes, it's that simple. Actually, I haven't switched on. I do not know how to do special power properly. Pretty sure I'm using it wrong. So these are my top 5 tips. Number 1 is basically to buy food from the shop every day. Number 2 is to do expedition. Number 3 is basically to use healing combats rather than music. What I'm doing right now. Oh my god. Yeah, her power, ultimate power gives everyone in the party HP. It's pretty awesome. Ouch. Oh. Ouch! Okay, I'm such a bomb. Like, I'm not doing any damage. Okay, the melting thing. That's powerful. I should have started with that. Yeah. As you can see, I got a chest which is because all which is into open 40 and 130. I'll open it. Guess what I would do? 200 XP and character XP as well. Basically one of the easiest way to level. And I heard this comes weekly. So this is tip number 5. Tip number 4 is to use healing character like Baba. Tip number 3 is to do adventure expedition to get food ingredients. And then tip number 2 is basically to tip number 2 is to use to buy all the food, and tip number 1 is for some reason I forgot. Tip number 1 is pretty sure it has something to do with foods. I think buy all the foods. Wait, let me revisit. Tip number 1 is to buy all the food. Oh yeah, I got it. Tip number 1 is to buy all the food from stores which are there in Mondstadt or Uwe Harbor. And tip number 2 is to do send expedition and get the reward. Do the 20 hours thing so you could get like 8 to 12 food ingredients. And then tip number 3 is to basically use characters like Baba healing people to like heal. This will especially come in use during gold mission, gold gameplay, because the game doesn't have a boss in there. And then tip number 4 is to do daily adventure quests, and then there will be 4 of them, and then each will give XP primal gem. And then when you go back to adventure guild, you get additional reward like 20 primal gem, which is pretty awesome. And tip number 5 is to basically fight bosses like this. I know you can do it, so just do it. So that is all my cool tips. See you next time, which I believe is going to be like, I don't know, like and subscribe, and hopefully this has been an educational one. If not, what the hell are you doing here? Bye bye.